Hi, I'm Ivy Marie Lim, Peak Performance and Relationship Coach, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith in reference to two things. Will Smith's memoir, Will, which I just finished the audio version, and their talk about their 25-year relationship on Jada's show, The Red Table Talk, which took place last year and has since garnered well over 40 million views. My focus will be on the key relationship themes that they were brave and vulnerable enough to share, and the lessons that can be derived for anyone looking to understand what it takes to be happy in a lifelong relationship. Now, we all know that a love relationship is a massive undertaking in all of our lives. It's a deeply, deeply personal subject, whether you're a movie star or not. And then there's a tendency to idealize these high-powered celebrity couples at the pinnacle of success that you can possibly achieve in this society. It's like, what the heck? If they can't be happy, then what does it mean for the rest of us? Are we doomed? Anyways, I digress. Going back to Will's book and the Red Table Talk, it was mentioned in both that they were separated for some time years ago. In his book, Will talks about how after the separation, he went offline to get grounded with a friend in the beautiful island of Trinidad and get some reprieve from his stardom. This is also when he started his personal development journey. He also began meditating, reading self-help books, doing therapy, and even working with shamans. During their separation, Jada got into an entanglement with another guy. Interesting description she used. Entanglement, by definition, means a complex relationship. Will semi-jokingly forced her to come out and say that it was straight up a relationship. Well, you can read between the lines if you wish. She emphasized that she was not happy for a long time. And we could say, wow, how much success and riches does it take to be happy? So it really goes to show that it's very difficult to find happiness in external things, that it's very hard to find sustainable, meaningful happiness in material stuff, no matter how glamorous it all seems. So there's hope for us yet. In Will's book, he mentioned that they would eventually agree that they would be responsible for their own happiness. Now, in his memoir, Will spoke extensively about his traumatic childhood, that there was a lot of alcoholism and abuse by his father, and that he also abused his mother. This is something that I can very much relate to as well. Then there was this theme of him always feeling like he was a coward and he was always in fear, and he was disappointed in himself that he couldn't protect his younger siblings or his mother from the wrath of his father's abuse. At one point, at 13 years old, he even contemplated suicide. God, it's such a traumatic thing for a child to go through this, and it's amazing that he'd been able to use this as a positive driving force to voraciously succeed in his music and acting endeavors. He talked about how it was always his dream to be able to take care of his family, to take care of his wife, to be the protector and the provider, and to be loved by his woman. His life mission of his was that he always needed a woman to achieve for. And I would dare say he was overcompensating for what he couldn't do as a child, protect his mother. A trauma response manifesting into a massive Hollywood success story. Now back to Jada. She mentioned that she was codependent throughout their relationship. Now, every relationship requires a level of codependency. Where it becomes detrimental is when you need this codependency as validation for your own self-worth. And Jada mentioned how she was a fixer, and this is so common for women. Helping somebody, fixing somebody, it's what we do best. And then much of our identity is tied into doing something for other people. Your worth becomes tied into how much you give, and that you're only good if you can fix things or that then you need to be needed. Because what happens then when the people in your life no longer need fixing? What happens if they don't need or want your help? Or the kids have grown independent? Or when your man doesn't need that kind of support from you anymore? You become resentful, and you also no longer feel needed or feel valued. And so her entanglement with this other man began with her trying to help him. This is not to say you can't help people. You just can't derive your self-worth from this. Jada also mentioned how she had healed this part of herself and acknowledged that she was emotionally immature and emotionally insecure at the time, and that it's been a healing journey. Totally relatable. And in Will Smith's book, he said that he also continued with his therapy for years as well. What I like about this is that they didn't sugarcoat and make a fairy tale of their journey together. In fact, Will said that this relationship is one of the most difficult, grueling, excruciating challenges he's ever had in his life. And I think that anyone who's ever poured their heart and soul into a relationship can wholeheartedly agree with this. I mean, I know I can. Relationships test every ounce of your character. It can drain the life out of you. It can make or break you. And when it's good, it's great and deeply, deeply satisfying. So here's what I think are the key components that have kept them together despite all the challenges. Number one is their commitment to family. Will talked about not losing Jada, but about losing their family. Their strong family values, their commitment to their family unit clearly has been a glue in their tenureship. They're very proud of their blended and extended family, and this is so evident in what they do. And a successful relationship will have this ingredient, that the couple shares the same values, which in turn give them a common purpose. Very important to a couple's long-term success. Another thing that stands out for me is that they're both very much into personal development and personal growth. Will's memoir was even co-written by Mark Manson, a popular self-help author who actually started out as a men's dating coach. So when you're this dedicated to personal growth, you're also willing to be accountable and learn from your mistakes and solving your problems rather than the first instinct that many people have, and that's to ignore the real issues and exit the relationship. Well, you know that in every relationship you're in, your issues will follow you there. But hey, we're not perfect. Another thing that stands out is that they have outright acknowledged that they are committed to sticking by each other and working through any challenges, and that they are not quitters. I think every person who's had relationship problems will doubt the relationship, so this shared affirmation is hugely important. Again, there was no sugarcoating it on their behalf either. The next standout moment was that they talked about loving each other unconditionally, no matter what. Now, I do believe in unconditional love, but I also believe a relationship, like any partnership, that there are agreements and pacts that are required to be upheld. So this too is important, to reaffirm your partnership, to reaffirm your agreements as it evolves through different life phases. So as a couple, do a checkup on your agreements, your values, your goals, your purpose together. And the final thing that stood out for me was that they ended with gratitude. They expressed their gratitude for each other, and at the end of the day, it looks like they're counting their blessings rather than keeping tabs on their mistakes, or as Will affectionately called it, transgressions. Although he did say jokingly that he did get his payback. Either way, it all appears that all has been reconciled. Well, I'm definitely rooting for them, and I'm rooting for all of us, that we all get our happily ever after. Thanks for watching. There's always more to unpack, so do comment below. Feel free to like and subscribe, and send me a message if you're interested in any of my coaching programs and how to get the love you want. See you soon, and take care.